Hi guys, you're welcome on another episode of Get Fit on Black Drum TV. Still your boy Brain, Mr. Hurricane, and I'm your host and your trainer for the day. Alright guys, so last week we had a wonderful session of aerobic, and today we'll be having another exciting session of aerobic. So get in a comfortable attire, a sportswear, get in a comfortable spot, and then join me on this session. It's going to be exciting, trust me, and I'm going to be having my friends with me to join me again on this session. All right, I'll be right back. All right, guys, you're welcome back, and we're about to start the aerobic session, and I got here with me Debbie and D1. So join us on this exciting session of aerobic as we start. So, come on, let's bounce. Go. Just bounce. Just bounce. So we're pushing our punches out this way. Join me, let's go. We go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Just bounce. Bounce. Don't stop. Keep it going, guys. So we're splitting the legs this way. Go. All right. We go in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Nice one there. 5, 6, 7. That's it. 8. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Just bounce. Yeah. I told you this was going to be very exciting, and it will get you all pumping. So we're going with the high kicks. We go this way, and that's it. We go in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's go, guys. 1, 2, 3. Let's go, guys. Up. Yeah, that's it. 7 and 8. Let's go. 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, guys, just bounce. Move your body to it. Shake it. Yeah. All right. We're going another high knees. And this time we're moving all the way without stopping. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 more. Let's go. 1. Let's go. 2. Let's go. 3. Let's go. 4. Let's go. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Just bounce. Breathe in with your nose and out with your mouth. This will get you to get in more oxygen into your system. Breathe in with your nose and out with your mouth. All right, so right now we're doing jump lunges. This is what we're doing, up and down, switching the legs. That's lunges. Ready, guys? Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 more. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Just bounce, guys. Like I said, don't forget to breathe. In with your nose and out with your mouth. Right now, you're gonna be feeling very, 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 very sweaty, very tired. It's perfectly normal. Your heart will be pumping very hard. It's perfectly normal. Just getting more oxygen into your system. In with your nose and out with your mouth. All right, guys. Right now, we're throwing punches forward. Ready, guys? We go in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Just bounce, guys. Yeah. I told you this was going to be exciting. I'm really excited right now. My heart is pumping really hard, and then I'm really sweaty. This is how you shed weight. This is how you get your heart healthy. All right. This time around, we're doing one session of jumping jacks, and then we're done for the day. Ready, guys? 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Sound check, 1, 2.
TV. You play against others to win cool cash prizes weekly. Participation is simple. Follow and interact with Black Drum TV on its social media handles. Join the live show daily on TV 8 p.m. Monday to Friday. Post all correct answers on Black Drum TV IG page. Fastest fingers always have an advantage. That's it. You're on your way to being selected to play for massive cash in our live studio face-off. Tell your friends to tell their friends of the new trivia show that gives cash rewards. Enquiries and sponsorships, contact marketing 0808 1105 907 or marketing@blackdrum.tv.
All over the world, there are underground food spots that thrive 24/7. These are well-kept secrets that only the well-connected know about. Come with us as we go on an adventure to discover the tastes and locations of the most popular street food joints across Africa. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808 110 5907. Or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv. We live in a confusing world and audiences need guardians on burning issues. Men of God give biblical interpretations to life's quandaries in every discussion. Grab a seat and let the Bible guide your thoughts. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808 110 5907. Or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv. The scoop on the latest trend in the auto industry. Every show brings our viewers the opportunity to cash in on flash sales from car dealers. View thousands of cars with stunning visuals and detailed information in order to make that big decision about your next automobile. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808 110 5907. Or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
Good morning and welcome to the show. My name is Favor. I like to be called Favorite. And with me on the show this morning is Adebisi Belumi. Of course, you're welcome to the Breakfast Morning Show from Black Drum TV. Hello, Africa.
Thank you, Favorite. I'm good. It's been,
you look good.
Yeah, I know. You look good as well. And I feel good. Just, it might not pain here and there, but I feel good.
I enjoy seeing you smiling. You know that. So apparently you had a great night.
Yeah, I did. It was a good weekend. I mean, Manchester United didn't lose their match. They didn't impress me, but hey, it was all good.
I don't see you looking at me clearly. Do you have a problem?
Do not start this. Do not start this. Let's just. All right. As always, we have interesting lineups, interesting segments, and a very, very interesting interview coming right up. And you'll never guess who we had an interview with. But before we rush into
get to the show for today, of course, we'll start off with our top stories.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the first top story that we have for you guys today is COVID Omicron. Sounds like a transformer, name. COVID Omicron. Indonesia bans arrivals from Nigeria and 7 other African countries. We don't have this variant yet in Nigeria. Why are they banning us?
They feel like things. Most of these variances or the COVID situation is rather uncontrolled from these countries, and these countries are the most populated countries, and most likely Nigerians are migrating the most this season. So it's best that they handle such situations in the right manner
But then it's from South Africa. Right, that's where the number of cases are South Africa, and then one other case in Botswana, like we covered last episode.
I remember Nigerians are so much in South Africa, so let's be able to.
Yeah, let's just say the truth.
Yeah, let's be truthful to ourselves. All right, I don't know. I think let's take a quick break, and when we get back, of course, we'll go on with our top stories.
Good.
I'm not the follow-up with this, my own arrangement. Where my phone? I see me you collect and plug them now. This one, my madman.
You can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv. How much do you know about Africa? Scratch that. Can you go head to head with other viewers and answer general questions correctly? Smart Money Live Trivia is aimed at enterprising audiences who get rewarded while enhancing knowledge and sharpening decision-making skills. The daily game is open to all players on Blackdrum TV social media handles. Fresh episodes are broadcasted from Monday to Friday on StarTimes Channel 194. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. You can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv. Destinations is a Blackdrum TV franchise that showcases all beautiful tourist locations across Africa. A group of tourists, a local guide, and cameras give you a front row seat to soak in the beauty of Africa. Showing weekly on Blackdrum TV. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. Or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv. Welcome to the world of fast cars, Rolexes, champagne, and beautiful people inside the most upscale party scenes across Africa. Think you know luxury? Think again. Fresh episodes drop every week. Mark your calendar because you wouldn't want to miss this one. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. You can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
Welcome back on the show. From that short break, we'll continue with our top stories this morning. Just in case you just joined us, of course, you can be a part of our conversation via the link in the description. Moving on with our top stories.
PSC should rethink face shield policy due to COVID-19 Omicron variant threat, says experts.
Of course, yeah. I think, for me, I feel like the experts had their own views on how much this variance would break into the system, especially because of we're in a period where people are really traveling, the festive period, like we said from our last story.
Yeah.
Lots of people are traveling, so the PSA, of course, would want to be able to curb such activities, and that's why they are giving such directives. The whole face shield and having your face mask on is very necessary now, and it's a very, instead of going back to calling off all the no movement, all of that. Yeah, going back to a lockdown, it's best we just take the precautions more keen now. All right,
moving on. Army and police dismiss rumored clash in Imo State.
Oh yeah, so there has been rumors that there was a clash and a shootout between both agencies recently, and the Army General in Imo State, who of the 34 Command, or what the 34 Division, Artillery Division, gave his word, saying, with an interview with NAN, National News Agency, said they do not have any collision with the Nigerian police force.
No, to be honest, I didn't hear of any collision.
I didn't also hear
the
of
only collision I heard of was EFCC and police, bundling up young guests at an hotel in Abeokuta. The famous Otumba, is it Benga Daniel now? The former governor of Ogun State. The hotel he runs now. I heard EFCC and some police, harassed a lot of people. I mean, that story is still shaky, but there were warning shots fired in the air. And that was the only...
this one was clearly said they had this just rumors
Did he say?
spreading.
Yeah, did he say?
But then he cleared off the rumors and
Alright,
also promised masses that they would go on with keeping their security safe in the neighborhood.
All right, moving on to the next top story. Tears as 3 burnt to ashes in Abeokuta tanker explosion. Really, really sad one.
Very sad.
Very
a
sad.
mom and her daughter, a mother and her daughter,
Jesus.
and one other person were in a fire outbreak. Of course, you know, sometimes I wonder how people who carry such very vital, I don't know,
Very vital,
corrosives and
not just corrosive, but like very
crude.
Very dangerous and hazardous package.
Yeah. So now, what really happened in this story with this story was, you know, the tanker actually broke down. The tanker conveying the fuel
Yeah.
fell off at a rail cross lane.
Oh.
Yeah. So when it fell, they were doing a transfer of the content
Inside the tanker.
Yeah, so that's
another
why
tanker, or like
yeah,
people
so
were
another
going there-
tanker. Another tanker came,
an empty one.
and they were
Alright,
an empty
okay,
one. So they
that's-
were doing a transfer,
Okay, that's
which
sense.
on the other hand wasn't very important. Was not necessary at the time. Do you get my point?
Because why would you say it's not necessary at that time?
For me, I feel for something of that caliber to take place, you must be able to vacate the people in the vicinity. Proper
First.
actions first,
Okay.
and have a ban.
Oh,
Like within the
set up a perimeter,
barricade, the
you set a
perimeter exactly,
around the scene.
saying people shouldn't cross this places.
certain meters.
But then, from what we gathered from the story was, people had access to the place, and some people were even scooping off from the tanker while they were reloading.
That's the problem with us in this country. When we see tankers, instead of keeping our distance, 2 things happen. Number 1, people
Greed.
bring out their phones and they start recording.
Yeah.
Number 2, other people go there with kegs, buckets to scoop.
Just how much would you make, and how much can you scoop?
You get it, like, and
why
just
endanger your
one
life?
spark,
And that's it.
boom,
And that's what happened.
right? It's
So,
very sad.
With
But-
the outbreak, I mean, a whole lot of people sustained injuries, but I'm thankful that the death tolls were not more than 3
I think
persons.
it's a challenge to the Ogun State government emergency response. Right?
Yeah.
They need to.
They also had their fire service on deck, but
not
then,
just fire service, but like how timely was it? Again, they need the emergency response to be as not
quick as.
exactly maybe as quick as that of Lagos State at some point or some level.
But let me also mention, you know, with the corrosiveness of fuel, you know, it would take only a fleet of seconds to really bring off or come off with a very massive explosion,
Yeah,
especially
but
when
then
it's a
it would
tanker
still
load.
you would still need a source of heat.
Okay.
You understand, like a spark or a glowing splinter or something to like trigger that flame. In as much as that heat is missing,
Yeah.
oxygen and fuel cannot start fire on their own.
True.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
But the fact that a tanker. You said that another tanker got there, so it means there was ample time for that other tanker to get from where it was to the location of that initial tanker to start connecting their pipes and then getting fuel. So they had more than enough time to have responded properly. Should the emergency response be well adequate? But anyways, it's a sad one. But let's move on to our next top story. NFC FCT signed 2.5 billion naira memorandum of understanding for Zuma Film Festival.
You know, that was a very, very, very shocking thing for
Really,
me.
why would you say it's shocking?
I mean, that kind of, putting in such funds. I mean, I've never heard of it, and that's why, of course,
2.5
it's like
billion
the
naira.
first year of its kind,
Into a
especially
film festival.
into a film festival. So the National Film Corporation for
National Film.
Abuja.
Is it Video Census Board or?
No,
Okay, for
no.
Abuja, okay.
Yeah. So, well, one of the things I noticed about this board is they clearly stated that the Zoo Film Festival, of course, Zuma Film Festival, has always been just maybe a group of people come and then awards are given. But this time there's so much investment made to be able to bring in so many other people into the business, be able to bring in foreign investors, foreign partners, also to get more contributions, and then also be able to handle bigger projects and have more policies on ground. But then majorly, my point is, why invest in 2.5 billion, hoping that it should be able to generate as much revenue as they are putting in. Because, 2.5 billion naira for our film industry now is quite on the high side.
Yeah,
Looking at where we are with our film industry.
The truth is, as much as I would like to agree with your point of view that 2.5 billion naira is also much, I'm also of the school of thought that with the right, or not, okay, not maybe right, with adequate or with the tactical funding. Yeah, with a good tactical funding of the Nigerian film industry, that's Nollywood.
Yeah.
And in collaboration with our rich culture, the story of our rich culture and tradition, with the right directing and adequate funding, it can be on a level of maybe not Hollywood, but can generate some level of revenue. It can be something we can be exporting to cinemas globally, right? To streaming platforms, Hulu, HBO, Netflix, Disney Plus. Do you understand?
Yeah, but
so if we do not take the first step of putting in 2.5 billion naira, we should not expect foreign investment to just come in and put money in our Nollywood, in our film industry. We have to take the first step, and which is what I think they're doing here, and it's a good thing.
Oh, well, we should keep our fingers crossed and hope that...
right, of course, I know the hope bit to still come out.
Look at me properly.
Stop. Oh, Jesus.
All right, let's move on with...
we'll take a short break. We'll take a short break. And when we return, we'll continue with our top stories. This is Hello Africa. We'll be right back.
Black Drum Sessions video series showcases African indigenous musicians performing live in our studios. Come take a trip around Africa through authentic and indigenous voices. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907, or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
My name is Edaoto.
My name is
Akilabi.
Kayefi Osha. Adering Sola.
My name is Fine Art, and you are watching.
And you are watching.
Simi J, you're watching Black Drum Session.
Welcome back on the show. Of course, it's Hello Africa, brought to you by Black Drum TV. My name is Favor Aya, but I like to be called Favor. With me on the show is Adebisi Belumi, who happens to be keeping the show really locked down this morning. All right, so we just finished the first half of our top stories. Moving on with the second half of our top stories. And of course, you can be a part of our conversation via the link in the description. This one says UK to enforce new COVID rules from Tuesday. Wow.
Yeah, so Boris Johnson has agreed that because of the new Omicron strain, wants to enforce, wants to mandate vaccination and, not drive towards a lockdown, but like drive towards mandatory use of nose masks and face shields in public places, in transports, their airports, and places like that. But now the challenge that the WHO, the United Nations, and international countries are facing now with this new strain is there are protesters now protesting mandatory vaccination.
Okay.
Right? It's a debate of should there be a lockdown? There can't be a lockdown because it's going to be pressurizing the economy and strangling the economy, right? And people cannot continue going out without being vaccinated. But people are saying you can't enforce vaccination on us because we have the fundamental right to choose
either
we want to be vaccinated or not.
Yeah.
So now it's a question of what human rights will be uplifted above another, of what morality will be. I mean, it's a very tight debate.
It seems to be like the first and only European country that will be making such compulsory.
Oh, no, not the first. No. The UK. I think we'll get to another country on our top stories today that is also doing something of sort. I think Austria as well.
Okay.
Not Australia, Austria. Austria as well.
All right, moving on.
France also, thereabout.
Baba Suwe. Oh, no. Okay, not that. This one says tens of thousands protest Austria compulsory vaccination.
Exactly what I was saying. Tens of thousands of people rallied around this last weekend to protest the government's introduction of compulsory vaccination. The first EU country to do so, as the Chancellor insisted on Sunday that the move would represent a minor interference compared to the alternatives. By the minor interference, she means minor interference that is the economy would still be able to function. It's a minor interference.
Okay.
But if the alternative will be a major interference, which is locking people down, like be on a lockdown.
Being on a lockdown,
Being on a lockdown will
complete
halt
lockdown.
economic activities and, you know, damage people's ability to make or generate revenue and feed themselves. So it's a real debate. People are, you know, going. And the protest was really, really serious. I think it lasted for about 3 days, right? Attracting about 3,500 to 5,000 people, respectively. And 11 arrests were made.
Okay.
One police officer was injured because it eventually became a violent thing, but it was and some men haven't been investigated for making his Nazi salute.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
All right. So Solomon Islands perimeter says riots. Oh, Prime Minister, sorry.
Yeah.
Solomon Islands Prime Minister says riots orchestrated to remove him. Oh.
I mean, well, if you say so.
No. I disagree completely.
The protest was rallied by
people who have intentions to just get him.
But then funny thing is, the protest actually died down by itself after like 3 days. You know, there was no violence. Okay, actually, there was violence.
You can't, I disagree.
There was violence. Yeah, there was violence. Incinerated the capital. I mean, Chinatown was, you know, attacked. Now, the purpose of the protest is people are suspecting him of being what's the word now? Is it beholden? Is that the word?
No. I think he's using I don't know if it's corruption or what exactly.
Yeah, it's corruption, but there's a word I'm looking for. It's people think he's what's another word for loyalty, blind loyalty to China, to Beijing. So people in Solomon Island believe their prime minister is beholden to Beijing, right?
Yeah.
And he is saying, though he has not made any statement concerning that. So that was what has instigated the kind of riots. Exactly. So people, so he's saying that, you know, it's people with evil intentions that are going in like that and stuff like that. So yeah.
All right, this one seems James Bond fan Fiala named Czech Prime Minister. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
funny enough, he's the first professor of political science from Czech Republic to go into politics, and he became prime minister.
His emphasis on how much he loved James Bond. He specifically mentioned some things about James Bond's shooting, and when I looked at his statement, he also said, I think in the interview, that his plans were to also, that's how he intends to be shooting. Shooting projects or shooting looting.
Let me just quote what he said. He said, we have brought the Czech Republic a chance for a better future. This is a change. We're a change. Fiala told supporters. And then he said he only became a lawmaker following a general election in October 2013. And I was brought up in a democratic spirit. For me, democracy and freedom is something I've considered correct since I was a child. So there's no bonding, bonding around. Just basically, he's just a fan of the franchise, I guess.
Are you sure about that?
I'm certain.
Okay. Well, I think that's it with our stories. We'll take another quick break, and when we get back, of course, we'll continue with our entertainment. Yeah.
Make no plans for movie night until you have watched our reviews and recommendations. No punches are pulled in, telling viewers what they need to dodge and what they will love. Fresh episodes updated as fast as new movie titles are released. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. Or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
Where's my dad?
I'm going to get you out of real life.
I'm going to get you out of here alone.
This morning, yes, we are moving on with our entertainment gist. Of course, be a part of our conversation via the link in the description. DBC, you might want to take on our first entertainment story.
So the first entertainment story, MARZ BGX closes the year with Iyawo.
Oh, big ups to him on that release, and we pray he has proper fundings and enough promotions on it.
Sultan's widow celebrates him on his posthumous birthday.
Oh, quite unfortunate that he's not here with us, but we celebrate you too. We join her. A few persons also joined in celebrating him.
All right, really Wizkid teams up with UduX, MTN Nigeria to live stream Made in Lagos O2 Arena concert.
Oh yeah,
Big Wiz.
Machala. You should have seen what that place looked like.
Oh, you were there?
I wasn't.
Virtually,
yeah.
Okay.
It was an amazing concert, and Wizkid, always coming in grand style, brought his A game, and this concert was lit. I mean, big ways, always big ways.
I mean, if you scroll through Instagram feed, like two posts, Wizkid,
millions
two
of
posts,
posts,
Wizkid,
millions of posts on the whole concert.
All right, so Rema's manager Sean Okeke responds to DJ Neptune's statement regarding the ongoing For You drama.
Oh well, I think the whole argument and misunderstanding here, I wouldn't want to stand in favor of anyone, but one thing I'm sure of is if I'm on a project with you, excuse me, if I'm on a project with you, and I eventually say, okay, I feel this isn't good enough to let out yet, you should respect my opinion and be able to hear me out before taking certain actions.
Although from Neptune's side, he posted a video, he posted a picture of the contracts and the legalities involved in that track, and it seemed like it came off as Neptune did not break any due process or protocols.
Apparently, the contracts that were signed, nobody said it couldn't be adjusted or it was a permanent thing. Do you get what I'm saying? They complained that, oh, I wasn't sure I want this to be released now from Rema. Clearly, was going to be reviewed. But this hasn't even been reviewed. Of all times, it's been like a year. This is since 2020, this was done. And then all of a sudden, after 1 year, just when he complained that, okay, I think we should have a review on this, that's when they want to let it out, or that's when they let it out. So my point is, I think both parties should have really had a proper conversation and seen to it. But then Rema's manager, of course, who still addressed DJ Neptune as his big bro, clearly stated this was a family thing that they could actually just sit on and resolve and basically respect each other's
content and art.
Art.
All right, so Baba Sui, I watched him on TV but didn't know he was my father. Doctor son of actor emerges after his death. Okay, hopefully first of first.
It's an interesting statement, because he clearly said he has been watching Baba Sui all his life and he has been a very, very big fan. He, who happens to be a medical doctor, just showed up, said his mom has always been telling him about his father, but he never clearly told him who the person was. I'm just wondering if now the mother opened up clearly that that's your dad, for him to have showed up, because he didn't tell us. But then importantly, he has reunited with the late father, and now it's unfortunate he didn't have enough time to really catch up with the late veteran. But then, I mean, it's a good thing that he would at least meet his siblings and get to have a direct...
that usually doesn't go well, but okay.
No, why wouldn't it go well? I mean, he wouldn't probably be coming because of properties now if...
No, that's basic Nollywood story.
So, yeah.
All right, we'll take a short break, and when we return, it will be time for our sports updates. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
Destinations is a Black Drum TV franchise that showcases all beautiful tourist locations across Africa. A group of tourists, a local guide, and cameras give you a front row seat to soak in the beauty of Africa. Showing weekly on Black Drum TV. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. Or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv. For my life, I go This show showcases interesting and cultural African parties from around the world. Come closer and experience the music, fashion, and the food that makes every party special. Showing weekly on Black Drum TV. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. Or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
Welcome back to your favorite morning show, Hello Africa, brought to you by Black Drum TV. I am Adeokuta, and I'll be taking you through the sports segment of this morning show. You can be a part of our conversation via the link in the description, and of course, you can still send in your comments in the comment section. I will treat them as much as we can. Okay, moving on with the first sports story. Sergio Ramos to make PSG debut. Spanish defender Sergio Ramos will make his long-awaited debut for Paris Saint-Germain in Sunday's Ligue 1 game at Saint-Étienne. The 35-year-old joined the club back in July but has suffered from a nagging calf injury since. Ramos arrived at PSG with a glittering CV, having won the 2010 World Cup and 2 European Championships with Spain and 4 Champions League trophies with Real Madrid. He's been with the first team squad for 2 weeks now. He needs games and to adapt to a new league, PSG coach Mauricio Pochettino said on Saturday. Pochettino had been expected to name Ramos in his side for the midweek Champions League away match at Manchester City, which ended with PSG suffering a time 2-1 defeat. But with PSG well on their way to reclaiming the Ligue 1 crown with an 11-point lead at the top of the French top flight, Ramos will enter the fray in a less hostile environment on Sunday. Second-bottom Saint-Étienne should be more forgiving opponents than City, although Les Verts are on a 4-game unbeaten run after back-to-back wins. And of course, PSG won their match, I think, with Saint-Étienne, which was played yesterday. Aussie Cambosos stuns Lopez to become unified lightweight champ. Australia's George Cambosos Jr. won the IBF, WBA and WBO lightweight titles from Teofimo Lopez in a seismic upset on Saturday night at the Theatre of Madison Square Garden. The unbridled Sydney native, who went off as a 6-1 underdog, dropped Lopez in the opening round, then came off the floor himself in the 10th to win a split decision before a rockling crowd of several thousand spectators almost entirely in the champion's corner. 2 of the ringside judges handed down scores 115 to 112 and 115 to 111 for Cambosos, while the third scored it 114 to 113 for Lopez. The Guardian had it 114 to 112 to Cambosos. The gripping encounter was the upset of the year and quite possibly the fight of the year. I believed in myself. I backed myself, Cambosos said in the immediate aftermath. I said it time after time. You might not believe it, but I believed in myself. And look at me now. I've got all the jewels. I'm not the king. I'm the emperor because I come to every other country and I take them out one by one. Lopez, the 24-year-old Brooklyn native and one of the sport's brightest young talents, was back in action for the first time since delivering on his enormous promise more than 30 months ago with a comprehensive unanimous decision win over Vasily Lomachenko, the 3-weight champion from Ukraine, who for years had been widely regarded as boxing's pound-for-pound best. That more than 400 days passed between Lopez's star turn in the MGN Grand Bubble and Saturday night's thrice-postponed date with Cambosos, the IBF's mandatory challenger, staged in the Garden's smaller theater instead of the big room next door, offers an instructive of mind-numbing case study in boxing's tragicomic institutional dysfunction. Record breaker Quadri Haruna out of the ITTF finals after a historic quarterfinal appearance. Haruna made his presence felt amidst the array of stars competing at the 2021 ITTF World Table Tennis Championships final staged at the George R. Brown Convention Center in Houston, Texas, United States. Earlier on Thursday, Haruna had beaten the round of 32 record set in 2019 by Egypt's duo Omar Assar and Hamed Salah after he breezed into the round of 16, but he raised the record to set another one with a place in the quarterfinal of the championships. The 2014 ITTF World Player of the Year became the first Nigerian and player from Africa to feature in the last 8 of the World Table Tennis Championship after he defeated Sweden's Christian Clausen 4-3, 11-9, 5-11, 13-11, 5-11, 6-11, 11-8, and 11-6. But he couldn't beat a second Swede in a row as he lost 4-2, 13-11, 11-8, 2-11, 11-4, 12-14, 11-7 to Moregard. It means a lot to me, he said, especially for Nigeria and the whole of Africa. Table tennis is growing very fast in Africa. Now we have several players in the top 100, said Haruna. Djokovic, Serbia stunned by Germany. Medvedev leads Russians to victory. Novak Djokovic and Nicolas Sakic lost a dramatic deciding tie-break in their doubles rubber as Serbia suffered a shock defeat by Germany in the Davis Cup finals, while Dani Medvedev helped the Russian Tennis Federation to an opening win. World number 1 Djokovic had drawn Serbia level in their second group stage tie by beating Jan-Lennard Struff after Filips Krojnovic lost to Dominik Kofer. But the 20-time Grand Slam singles champion and Sešik slipped to a 7-6, 7-5, 3-6, 7-6, 7-5 defeat by Kevin Kwasitz and Tim Puetz, who got over the line on their third match point in Innsbruck. The matches in Austria are being played behind closed doors due to new coronavirus restrictions in the country. Germany will qualify for the quarterfinals from Group F if they can beat Austria on Sunday, which would leave Serbia waiting to see if they progress as one of the two best runners-up. Djokovic is hoping to cap a brilliant season, which saw him only miss out on a calendar Grand Slam with defeat by Medvedev in the US Open final by helping his country win the Davis Cup for the first time since 2010. Müller says Lewandowski has to win Ballon d'Or. Thomas Müller says Bayern Munich's teammate Robert Lewandowski must be awarded the Ballon d'Or trophy when the winner is announced today, Monday. Lewandowski is hoping to win his first Ballon d'Or after taking FIFA's rival award for Men's Player of the Year 2020. Lewis has to win the thing on Monday. When you see the way he is playing at the moment, Müller said Saturday after a 1-0 win over Armenian Bielefeld, which kept Bayern top of the Bundesliga. There is no one playing so consistently at the moment for club and country. There is no need to even talk about it. Lewandowski has scored 30 goals this season, 25 for Bayern and in 20 games in all competitions, and 5 in 6 matches for Poland. In May, Lewandowski broke Gerard Muller's record of 40 goals in a single Bundesliga season set in 1971 and 72. Lewandowski netted 41 goals in 29 league appearances last season. And that's a wrap on the sports update. Favorite and I will come back on to introduce you to our next segment and, of course, to continue the show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
All over the world, there are underground food spots that thrive 24/7. These are well-kept secrets that only the well-connected know about. Come with us as we go on an adventure to discover the tastes and locations of the most popular street food joints across Africa. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. Or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
Welcome back to your favorite morning show, Hello Africa, brought to you by Black Drum TV. And if you're just joining us, we've concluded our top stories, our entertainment gist, and our sports segment. But now we are moving on to the interesting part of this story, which is a conversation.
Special segment.
Yeah, a special segment. Sorry. Thank you very much. See, that's why it's good to have you on the show. You help me. We're moving on to a special segment, an interview we had with...
exclusive interview.
An exclusive interview. You have to give me the word now.
I think BC is quite excited this morning.
Excited? Wow. Are you sure that's the word?
But you're already feeling too well, but then you're still excited.
All right. So we had an exclusive interview with Mr. Debo Adedayo. We spoke about a number of things from, popularly known as Mr. Macaroni. We spoke about a number of things from the panel reports to the NSAS protest.
His career,
and other rumors around, but then we had a core conversation bordering on
centered on his
quality content creation. So after that, we also did the word facts. So we will not be bringing you the word facts today. Our guests will be doing that.
Yeah,
I hope you enjoy it, and
just enjoy the rest of this part of the show. When we get back, of course, we'll just be rounding off the show with you. But then, of course, it's still part of the show, so enjoy.
Hello and welcome to your favorite morning show, Hello Africa, brought to you by Black Drum TV. I'm your host, Adebisi Kwelumi, simply BC. And of course, this conversation is going to be with actor and activist whose voice has roared in solidarity with the NSAS protesters. I'm talking about Mr. Debo Adedayo. And do not forget, he's also a Manchester United fan and a Cristiano Ronaldo fan. Mr. Debo, thank you for doing this with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you. So I must say your work is so profound. I mean, acting, skit making, content creation. I know it takes a toll on the creativity, the mental space, but you've been able to pull through. I commend you for that. It's like well done, very much, sir. Right. So before we dive into our main conversation today, we want to talk about quality content creation. I'll tell you why I want to talk about that topic before we get there. But I just want to discuss quickly your thoughts on the panel reports. I know you've seen the panel report, and you posted some comments on Instagram, but I'd like to hear your thoughts personally.
It's funny, before the reports came out, while the panel was still in session, a lot of government supporters, even the government themselves, say, hey, people, stop complaining again. They've established a panel. If you have any complaints, take it to the panel, blah, blah, blah. The panel is, the government fully backs it. We know they will come out with the facts, this thing. They threw the entire weight behind
the panel.
So everyone, a lot of people that have been grieved one way or the other or had their grievances went to the panel. So it's funny how now they are backtracked. Government is saying one thing, at least Minister of Information, Honorable
Lai Mohammed.
He said his own, and then a lot of government supporters are now flashing the report, the panel that you established, the panel that you threw your weight behind and you provided all, in quotes, necessary information. So now, because the report of the panel did not favor you, it goes to show that the government is dishonest, as they have always been. There's the goodwill. There's no goodwill, and for someone like me, that's what I always say, that the least the people deserve or ask for is respect. You treat the people with respect. Why? Because Nigeria has put Nigerians, the system has put Nigerians in a consciousness where you have to be afraid of government. Why should I be afraid of the government that is supposed to be serving me?
And that is a democracy.
You answer to me, actually. So in the real scope of things, I'm your boss.
But I'm not sure that's the reality in
that's what
our
I'm
country.
saying. That's what I'm saying. So the average Nigerian is boxed. We even fear the government. We fear the government.
But you don't.
Oh no. And I only got me, I feel.
Interesting.
So it just goes to show that the government is being dishonest, and what we respect, the least we respect is good faith. Treat this thing with more importance, more seriousness than you are doing. Let the people know that, you really care. This thing that has happened, you really want to find a lasting solution to the problems of Nigerians, and especially the youths who have been, even till now, if we're talking about police brutality now, just yesterday I still made a tweet.
Yes, I saw you posted a video.
So, one day.
The same song our forefathers sang. All right. There was another issue with Renu Taoma, the Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, something about Skit Makers Association, and you came forward to say you were not aware of any Skit Makers Association. What was that whole saga about?
What I said is still what I know they changed my mind. So I said there's no Skit Makers Association, and that if there is, I would definitely not be a part of it, because they were the first an actor. I'm a first I studied theater arts. I've been. If you talk about training, then it gets on top of what I say theater. So skit, and when people say skit maker in Nigeria, there's a way people try to downgrade the profession.
Really?
Yes, like this skit maker, this skit. There's a way they have skit maker is actually skit making is a dictionary word.
Yeah.
Is a term. It's not that it's wrong.
Okay.
It's just that they have tried to term it
water it down.
Water it down,
Okay.
my brother. You understand? So when they said skit make association, I said, oh no.
Doesn't sit well with you. And
apart from that, I don't even know whether they can't get anyone like that. But I have a very good relationship with Tama. So what I think was the
understanding.
Okay. I'm talking about the people and maybe the organizers of the award or the press or however that news came out. I know of a skit maker industry award.
Yeah.
That's maker industry award. That's what they invited us for.
Okay.
So maybe the press now you can write and say skit maker association, which I don't now know if it's true, but to the best of my knowledge, I don't know. So when the invite came, would you like to meet with the vice president? Oh, come on. The vice president is the number 2 citizen in the country. His office is highly respected, and I stand on that. It's just that I don't really know if I'm a friend of the government or government.
Exactly. I was going to go to that direction because I know you tweeted that even if you were invited, you were not sure you'd have, honored that invite.
I was invited, but I did not go.
Because the government is not your friend, or something like that. You said there's something like that.
I don't wonder. I'm not categorically saying. I know they follow government fights. But someone like me, I just they always talk waiting they pay me for mind. So my brother, if government wants to have a meeting with me, there is no information the government wants to collect from my hand that is not on my social media. I've communicated it through my videos. I've communicated it through my tweets. I've communicated through interviews. There's nothing I want to say about the state of the nation that the government needs to see me one-on-one like this. Everything they my social media, and I know they delete them.
Or some other people will be of the opinion that there are some conversations that should be behind closed doors, not because there's any sinister thing involved, but because a lot of moving parts are involved and some conversations.
Why should we be behind closed doors? Now terrorism we want discuss. What we want discuss? We must be behind closed doors. No, and because that's why I started the way I started. There's a lot of distrust in the system.
That's between the government and the people.
And the people, we don't trust the government. I can't speak for the entire Nigeria, but I don't trust the government. Sorry. So why it's under this same administration that I was bundled, beaten up, dehumanized. So what trust? Which kind of trust I won't give government? It's not even if they define trust, they're not supposed to come.
But if we think about it in a form of bigger picture, you that the government has, I would say dealt with in that manner, but for lack of a better word, let me just use that, dealt with you in that manner. If you were to come out, or if you were to at some point have a cordial to bridge that gap of distrust between the government and the people, your audience will be able to start taking the first step of faith. Trusting the government.
But, so before then, the government must show a sign of good faith.
What would be good faith for you?
Okay, for instance, now every blessed day there's an issue that has to do with police brutality.
True.
What step is the government taking to assure Nigerian youths, to assure the Nigerian people that they are on top of the situation of police brutality, and that effective from today, from tomorrow, from next week, it will reduce or it will stop totally? There are several options that have been put to the table. In fact, I was going to make a series of tweets today. I don't know about you.
I understand.
Why have we not started taking state policing serious in Nigeria? We said that the governor of a state is the chief security officer
of that state. Yeah.
In Nigeria today, that is untrue, because the governor does not even have the control of the police officers in a state. So all the police officers report to the in states, report to their commissioner of police. The commissioner of police reports to the inspector general of police,
which is at the federal level.
The inspector general of police reports to the president of Nigeria,
thereby cutting out the authority of the governor.
So if anything is happening in states as far as police is concerned, the highest authority will be the president, not even the governor of that state. Then you want to talk about, hold your governors accountable. How do I hold the governor accountable when I know, except I want to fool myself, that in that particular area, of course, there are a lot of other areas that the governor should be held accountable. So the government must begin to take some steps that, and let us see those actions that they frown at certain misconduct
from the police force.
From the police force.
Now, some people will be of the opinion that even in the developed world, right, in developed countries, they still have issues of racism from the police force, police brutality. I mean, there was the Black Lives Matter, the old George Floyd and all of that. And some would think that, restructuring a police force would take much more than just the government saying this and this person is accountable. I'll give you an example. So there was a study, all right, that was carried out on white police officers in the United States. And they put a number of youths in front of them, whites, like I think about 9 white guys and 1 black person. Almost immediately, all white police guys, they studied their, brain reactions, their eye movement and everything. Everyone was being wary of the black kid, right? So it was like a system has conditioned them to respond that way. I've seen something like that in Nigeria where police officers there's a way the system has conditioned them to respond to young people who are wealthy and having money without even finding out proper investigation. So how would you say that the government can sort of address that kind of issue, knowing fully well that it's a habitual kind of thing?
In fact, I'm grateful for your understanding of these topics. It's very interesting. So if we're talking about, say, the United States, for example, and of course we also do Black Lives Matter and all of that, we would also see a pattern of correctional method from the government. As the killer of George Floyd was prosecuted. Oh yes.
Yes.
These people take steps. Racism come on. We all know since when racism started.
Definitely.
So it's something that grew and grew and grew. Well, now we can see that they have started some things and they are trying to correct it.
Yeah.
Here, the racism here is seeing a young man driving a Benz or driving a big car, using nice phones.
I think iPhones.
Is a criminal. So you now trace it to the culture of the police force, as it were. I was watching a documentary on the police some days back.
Okay.
A police college. I even want to talk about it soon as soon as I get the chance. You need to go to police college.
I've been there.
Police colleges and see the state, the deplorable state, which these are the recruits. Guess what? So it's now I'm beginning to really understand when they say, not all the police are the same. It's true. Not all the police are the same because the 2 stars, the 3 stars, the high ones are in the offices.
They are enjoying.
They are chilling. They are in the offices. The ones that they send to the roads are those ones that you need to see the states at which they receive their training. 150 naira per day for feeding. You need to see the toilet. You need to see the environment where they live and wake up. Now, how will someone like that
not be bitter towards
finish wherever that thing is, enter the street and be sane and be normal? And that is your first point of protection. That's your first point of security, because if you are on the road, someone wants to carjack you, or someone wants to start your phone, or something happens.
You can't
is
really
that
quickly...
person? That's the first officer. So how? So there's, apart from structuring is ambiguous, because you look at it's not. That's what I'm saying. The government needs to show commitment. They need to show us that they are ready to solve this thing.
Would you
because
say,
it starts from a lot of places. This I just mentioned.
I understand. But would you say the government is aware of where to start from and how to even go about it? Since you said, structure is ambiguous, and now you've gone as far back to check police college and see that even the system of training the police officers is questionable, so to speak. So if you were to propose 5 minutes of solution, like if you were a governor for like 5 minutes or a president for 5 minutes, what one solution would you use to change one habit that can have ripple effects on the police,
I mentioned it earlier, state policing. It's very, very important.
You're an advocate for state policing?
Oh, yes. Everybody let everybody go to their state. police, everybody go
to your state.
Report to your
governor,
to the state commissioner. Let the commissioner of police in that state report directly to the governor.
Okay.
If there's a problem, let the governor, so that we can. It is easier to hold the governor of any particular state. Baba, see what they happen for this place. See what they happen for this place. It is those commissioners in the respective states. Of course, from on the governor's authority, that we now start to orientate, teach, train from the DPO, then the DPO transfer down to every other person. Oh, this is how it should be. That's how it should be. Every time Nigerian police wake up, they need to recite that Nigerian youth is not a criminal. Nigerian youth is not a criminal. Nigerian youth is not. It needs to be registered in their
subconscious.
That Nigerian youth are not criminals.
All right. We'll take a short break, and when we return, we'll still continue our core conversation with Mr. Dayo, Mr. Debo Adedayo. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, welcome to your favorite morning show, Hello Africa, brought to you by Black John TV. I'm your host, Adebisi Pelumi, simply BC, and now we're moving to the cover conversation with Mr. Debo Adebayo, popularly known as Mr. Macaroni. All right, so I told you the cover conversation was going to be quality content creation. I said I was going to tell you why. All right, so here's why. I've seen your interviews earlier on. When the first viral videos started popping out. I can't remember if it was with Abeokuta or Nancy, but I know you made a statement. You're first an actor, and after a while, some acting gigs were not coming. You decided you were going to produce skits, but you decided to do so. With the mindset that you put Nollywood quality, top Nollywood quality into your skit making. So that's why I thought, okay, you know what? I want to talk to you about quality content creation, and quality can be stripped down into the storytelling, the picture quality, and then the content, the message you pass across. So. A quick question. When that slow period occurred where the acting gigs were not coming in, would you say that period was like a sad experience or more enlightening? Like, okay, this is a waiting period and then you learned a lot, or how was that experience like?
It was a moment of frustration because to even say the acting gig wasn't coming in is to say that I was not even being given the chance. So it's one thing if I wasn't established as an actor at the time.
You say you were not given the chance. Was it like a deliberate action to not involve you?
I wouldn't know.
Okay.
But I would want to just see it as, maybe there are a lot of others that are better. Or maybe...
you want to look at the positive side.
Or maybe it's not in the right click. But also at some point when I started, I had encounters with some producers, some directors, some production managers that wanted to extort, that wanted to, I felt disrespected at some point.
Wow.
At the time, maybe, of course, I wasn't as popular, but I always say that every human deserves to be respected. Everybody. So that I'm not a star doesn't mean you will disrespect me. I would rather excuse myself. I'll give you my peace of mind and then excuse myself. But that you will put me in a cage or box me and expect me to be quiet, no. I won't, whatever I won't stand for, I will let you know that I do not like this. I cannot be a part of this. So, at the point that affected,
a lot.
Yeah, because, but when you need job money, it's troublesome, is this, or is that, blah, blah, blah. So that's affected at some point. Yeah. At some point also, you just notice that you go for auditions, casting calls, nothing. Sometimes maybe, and I've always said, that the auditioning system in the industry is not particularly, it's somehow, it's funny, because you're bringing in actors, thousands of actors, putting them in front of 2 to 3 judges to audition.
Thousands of actors for 2 to 3 judges.
Where is the mental space for that?
Wow.
For the judge, who by virtue, him or herself, is also a creative, because he or she, most of the judges.
So there's already a demand on the mental strain of that person.
Because how do you want to blow the person's head? How will the person absorb that amount of creativity, that amount of artistic process? So the audition list is, well, let's leave that one. That another lecture. So it was at that time I was just feeling. So that time I started to question myself. But boy, is it that? Are you sure you even know how to act? maybe you don't know how to act, or maybe you just go and sit down somewhere.
So it was a phase of self-doubt.
Yes.
But how did you come out of that phase stronger, and like how did you gather your thoughts and decide, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this with top quality? How were you able to come out of that? Because most people don't watching might not have that resolve or know how to come out of that phase. How did you do that?
I want to believe that every artist, every artist, art is a living gem. And it's
every artist or every creative. Let's just creative.
No, I prefer artists, because we're all artists.
Okay.
So creatives are artists. So there's a living gem within you, and that gem will continue to grow and bite and pinch until
finds
that's
expression.
Why artists are the most depressed people in the world.
Wow, that is a very interesting philosophy.
Because when the artist doesn't, art is expressive. You can't hide it.
True.
So when the artist does not have the opportunity to sing that song, or move and dance, or perform, or act, or do, the artist is not happy. And there's no other thing that art is there for than to be appreciated, to be criticized. This is my art. It's for society. I have produced it. Take it however you want to take it. Oh, it's a terrible piece of art. Oh, it is amazing. But it is my art and I have given it to society. It is not science. Science is 1 + 1. Science is, they will give you the theory and everything is organized. Yes. But for art, it can be anyhow. So it is left for society to receive it, digest it and say, oh, okay, this is a beautiful piece of art. We'll take it. You understand?
Yeah.
So it was how I left that stage was I was not at peace with myself as an artist.
So you just had to find an avenue to express.
Then God bless the internet. God bless social media. I was seeing the creators online. Brother Shaggy, Twice, Chris Clown. These people were doing amazingly well. I used to
They were doing well.
Yes. I used to say that I would never do that type of videos, and I really wanted for stage performances, the movies, proper movies, series, and but I was looking at short videos. I'm not sure I really want to do that, especially because I've been acting
before.
So what I was looking at them, I said, what they are doing is acting now. It's not, but it's just that they've tapped into
a niche.
Yes, into a niche, into the time. Professor Ahmed Yerima, my teacher, would always tell me, Debo, the world is spinning, and we must spin along with the world, or else you will be left behind. So I looked at them, and I always say, it was a lot of inspiration. So I finally said, okay, look, Baba, just try it.
Let's do it.
You have nothing to lose. So you have nothing to lose.
All right, so if you're watching, in case you're in that kind of frustrated phase, just try it. Just do it. You have nothing to lose.
Nothing.
All right, so still talking on quality content creation, right? And I spoke on story. So storytelling, when you started out, right? Being a theater and arts graduate, it must have been a piece of cake to do the storytelling. But were there any major challenges you faced telling your story? Maybe per episode, per skit, or generally? Was there any challenges you faced?
The challenges would be that I never really liked comedy.
For real?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Shocker. You never really liked comedy?
Nah.
Stand up? You don't have any favorite comedian?
I enjoy comedy. But I'm talking about as an actor, as a performer.
Okay.
It wasn't my area. Comedy, no.
I'm sorry, but it's really hard to process right now.
I understand. It wasn't my area. In school, you can ask anybody that went to school.
Yeah, I saw some pictures online.
Yeah,
you were acting on stage and everything.
Any serious role, maybe the king, the warrior.
Yeah.
Any serious role, it was always me, because I was a serious actor. I love emotional content.
Okay.
Content that will purge society, that will purge your heart. That when you are watching, you will be moved. You will feel the message we are trying to communicate to you, and you understand.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So that was my challenge.
how do you transition?
What they are doing online, social media it has to be funny.
Yeah.
Because everyone, if they want to watch something serious, they will go to cinema or go to even cinema now. They still want something funny.
Yeah.
But if they want something, they'll see proper movies and all. So I was like, okay, to make people laugh, I said, okay. So what I now did was, I was still bent on using my contents to pass across messages.
Yeah.
Yes. But I now looked for a rather hilarious way.
Yeah.
That people, okay, let me try this and see if, and I tried and
it was good.
I saw.
And you conquer. All right. So speaking of lastly on storytelling,
yes.
There's your team members, great people. I mean, every person out there, every creative out there has a solid team that they work with. So shout out to your team, by the way. Your team members, do they help you with the storytelling now? Or is it still solely you, or is it synergy now? In
all honesty,
yeah.
So far so good. 98% of the content I've put out are solely mine.
Okay, 98%.
Yes. So the 2% will be people sending some ideas, and because most of the time when people send in stuff, of course, not to say one is is because maybe from my end.
Yep.
I'm always looking for something.
A message to pass across.
I'm always looking for a linking point. I'm always looking for a lot of things with my type of art. So when I see I say that, this content, we can create it for something else, but for this particular way you want us to do it. So one person actually has been able to convince me otherwise. With the very first story the person shared with me, I was like, what do you think about it? I'm like, what? And then I tried it out. That was really good. So,
okay.
But now
do we know this person?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm beginning to get suspicious a little bit, just a little bit suspicious, but it's fine. It's fine. It's all good.
But now, I'm beginning to key into it.
Okay.
Yes, I'm beginning to key into it. Recently, I met with someone. That you know her, but I don't want to say her name.
Okay, because how do you know I know her? And can you remind me? I'm just trying to recall.
So we're trying to work on a number of other stuff.
Okay.
So it's this level we are at now. Yes.
So we're expecting big things in the future. Ooh, super excited. All right. So picture quality. Yes. From when you started your skits, like I said in your previous interview, you made mention of you want to do skits, but with top Nollywood quality. So for picture quality, what strategy did you use to achieve that? Because gadgets are quite expensive for startups and other independent skit makers out there. So what strategy did you use to achieve that picture quality and start on that level and maintain that level?
So for picture quality, when I started, the first person I recorded, the very first one I did, I didn't like it.
Wait, was that the one where Mr. Macaroni was going to hotel?
No. There are a lot of videos.
Oh, there are a lot of wow. Wow. Okay.
I didn't just like it. I'm like, no. When I push out content, I want the content to be. I want people anywhere in the world to be able to look at it and see the beautiful quality and enjoy it. You understand? But the truth is, even now, if you use your iPhone to shoot, the quality will still come out.
Yeah, true.
But I think the major issue I had was coming from that film space
to the comedy.
That
transition was. It's like that transition took a toll on you at some point.
Yes, because I was it has to be like this. It has to be like, you understand?
Would you?
Then I met Adam Victor. So
that is one person I would like to have a conversation with.
Yeah. Oh, you should. He's a great guy.
Very talented person.
I saw a number of his works and like, wow, this is amazing quality. This is the type of thing that I actually want. I reached out to him, and
one thing I've noticed about this actors and skit makers, you people and musicians especially, they'll be like, okay, I dropped a beat and I just reached out to him and then he said we should come next week, and I'm like, wait, is there a formula you guys? I said I don't understand. Is that real?
Well, at that time I reached out to him, but money you go pay now.
Now you're talking about
right now. If I want to reach out to Wizkid, I will reach out to him. My money.
Machala.
So, okay, for instance, now, I reach out to Baba Mi Sunday and I want Wizkid deal. I want Wizkid to come and perform in my sitting room. How much? Hello, the matter manager, 50 million. 50 million. Bank, borrow 50 million. Oh yeah, manager. So, I believe
you can reach
no
out.
one that is not reachable.
Now your money. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, so let's digress a little bit, right? So your characters, Professor Doom, Mr. Macaroni. I've heard that actors usually have. I don't know how true this is. Maybe help me confirm. Usually have some kind of real life character in the back. I'm going so in the back of their mind that they used to, that helps them, play out their role to the top. Like they just remember that character, like this character, this person, daddy kiniko. So let's start with Professor Doom. Yeah. All right. So is there someone somewhere?
Professor Hardlife.
Okay, Professor Hardlife. Yeah. Sorry.
Professor Hardlife is Mr. Abeokuta. Mr. Abeokuta is one of my teachers in Rivers University.
Wow.
Although he's not as wicked as that.
Oh, thank God.
That is drama.
Okay.
That's why it's called drama. But is the mannerism of Professor Hardlife, but so much energy. That's Mr. Abeokuta.
The money is running, the dog is running.
No, that's not.
That's the drama.
That's drama. Okay. So it was just that mannerism. So, but what I always use Professor Hardlife to communicate is the way our lecturers too can be sometimes.
Yeah, the education system.
All of those things, But the muse was Mr. Abeokuta.
All right, so for Mr. Macaroni, Sugar Daddy International, Freaky.
What Freaky Daddy? If I'm going to be honest, there was no one in mind for Freaky Daddy.
Wow.
Yes. But the consciousness of the Sugar Daddy narrative that has always been in existence was what pushed me. One day I was just, because the role I used to play was the one riding bicycle, that one, and that suspenders guy. So one day I'm like, try this thing now. Even see all these men that we're going up and down, disturbing our, because I have 6 sisters. Oh, yeah.
Are you the only guy?
No.
But you have 6 sisters?
I have 6 sisters.
Wow.
My father is doing well, don't worry.
Shout out to your sisters.
Yeah. So most of the time, if they come to share one story or the other,
it's not just one story. 6 sisters. There's a well of content.
In fact, one of my sisters, she's abroad now.
Okay.
There was one day she just came to me and she said there was one pastor on I think the next street.
Okay.
That was disturbing her.
Pastor.
That one, he shocked me too.
I say, only one body again,
He shocked me too. I say, how? So she gave me the lowdown. And this is someone everyone knew. I just, I always say, touch not my
anointed. But as the anointed is coming to touch me,
my brother. So, they shared those stories and I was able to.
All right, so still digression. Let's talk about Momiwa. Momiwa. So, of course, it's hard not to think that both of you are not in a relationship. Now, the rumor on the street is that, at some point, if you were in a relationship or not in a relationship. So I went through our interview, right? I sat down. I took my time. I had to read it word for word. She didn't deny that you were not in a relationship. At the same time, she didn't affirm. Right? Really? She was like, she was grateful to you for giving her the role to play Momiwa. And she was also grateful to the fact that, you gave her an outlet for her to express that role at a phase in her life, and you helped her through that. Thank you also for that. And then I think the other thing she made mention was she's gotten more attention from men. She's fine with it. I mean, when you're in the spotlight. But now to ask you literally, categorically, all the lily that we can find, using a yes or no. Are you in a relationship with Kemi? I can't pronounce her surname. Thank you very much.
I'm not in a relationship.
That was fast now. Wait first. You waited for me to land the question.
To make it easier.
To make it easier for me.
I've never been. I am not, and I would never be.
Oh.
Yes.
Wait. You will never be. Why? How can you tell?
Oh, I can tell. Kemi. If I say this one now, some people back at it will say, "Oh, she called me from."
I call her sister too.
Okay.
Okay.
Sister too now.
Okay.
She's like a sister to me, and she's in a very beautiful relationship with Bayu. So how can that be? Yeah.
Inside scoop. Exclusive. But you are coming for you. You have questions to answer.
She's in a beautiful relationship.
Okay.
Of which I,
you respect and all that.
it's just a very professional relationship.
So wait. She's in a relationship with Bayu.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me all those time that Friki was Bayu was driving Friki to bank and everything. Bayu was.
Oh yeah.
Gidi.
The beautiful thing is they met on one of our sets very early, and they just the two of them just.
I think Bayu is a sharpshooter.
Of course.
It's a sharpshooter. I'm a sniper on Call of Duty guys. All right, so it's all good. All right, so let's get back on track. Content, the message, the typical sugar daddy. You told me now, okay, you got stories from your sisters and all, but I want to ask one question. Have you had a girlfriend that is sugar daddy sort of?
Oh, no. Actually, I've been single for about 10 years now.
My God.
So, it can never be me.
Wow.
It can never be me. Yeah, I can't remember the last time.
Okay, so you've been single for 10 years. I say you're not single now.
I've been single, so I'm still single.
Oh, you're still single?
I'm not searching.
You're not. That's like very. I wasn't expecting that, but okay. Why are you not searching? I'm curious.
For now, I'm good.
You're in a space where you want to focus on something else. Yes. But at some point, some lady.
I can't.
You see Bollywood movies now, right?
Huh?
I mean that effect, the slow motion with
There's
fan and breeze.
I really, really like.
But
like I said,
I mean, life is fragile. It's delicate.
Well,
I mean, why not just go for it if you like her? Well, all right. So, do you believe in? I mean, you've seen all this Instagram. Our brother, Daddy David. Daddy wa 100 million in a few hours, and then the internet went crazy. So, do you believe in that hashtag? He usually quotes, "We rise by lifting others." Do you believe strongly?
Absolutely, 100%. In fact, my mantra is that a life worth living is a life lived for others.
Wow.
It was one time in secondary school, Bangkok University High School, that my head boy, the former head boy came to preach in school that day. Pastor Fiala, that's his name. And
wow.
He said that. Since that day.
Stop with you.
That, yeah. And interestingly, talking about Davido's father bought me my very first laptop.
Wow.
So at that time, it was Davido's father, Elder
Deji,
first elder in the church at the time. So, and there was no time I went to him. And it was one of the people that sports me,
What's Iyawo?
And I think is a culture.
It's
a culture of giving. It's a culture of realizing. And that's how I live my life. At least the little that we do can do.
It's very interesting.
It's a culture of realizing that life is meaningful, is better when we stretch a hand of love towards
the
people around us, especially those that are in more need than we are.
I feel touched right here right now. I feel like starting an NGO just because of this speech. But okay, let's just stick to what we know how to do best. Okay, so of course you have to prove the whole believing in. I'll tell you how you prove it. Don't worry, it's very simple. All right, so for this segment now, what projects are we expecting from you? Big screen, cinema?
Oh yeah, well, we've been doing
international
features for the big screen.
I saw a post. Sorry to cut you. I saw your post on Instagram on sets where you played was it Caretaker or Baba Landlord or something like that.
Okay. Oh, okay. A sketch, right?
Is it a sketch? No, you were on this 3/4 and this very famous old kind of face cap.
Oh, there was makeup on my face.
Yeah, I think so.
I was looking like a rugged guy.
Sort of, yes.
Oh, okay. That's not cinema. That's a series.
Series, okay.
I think that one should be okay.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of features. We're working on stuff on our end too. I also like to take my time.
All right, so let's go on a short break. When we return, it's time for some fun time with Mr. Debo Adedayo, and we'll see how funny can be. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to your favorite morning show, Hello Africa, brought to you by Black Drum TV. And still, I have with me Mr. Debo Adedayo, aka Mr. Macaroni. Right. And like I promised before we, had that short break, I said it's time for some fun. We'll see how fun it can get. So as you all know, it's time for the fun and educative part of our show, the weird facts. Yay! Grab your notepad, grab your pen, take a few notes. And if you're busy laughing at Mr. Debo's reaction, well, don't worry, you can watch the episode again on our YouTube page. You'll be fine. All right, so Mr. Debo, let's take the first word facts that you have for us.
Did you know at any given time there are 1,800 thunderstorms in progress over the Earth's atmosphere?
1,800 though.
So that means we thunder they strike 1,800.
Shango no sleep now.
Like this.
1,800 don't just the occur.
Wow.
Almost be like say. It's time for the fun and educative part of our show, the weird facts. Yay! Grab your notepad, grab your pen, take a few notes. And if you're busy laughing at Mr. Debo's reaction, well, don't worry, you can watch the episode again on our YouTube page. You'll be fine. All right, so Mr. Debo, let's take the first word facts that you have for us.
Did you know at any given time there are 1,800 thunderstorms in progress over the Earth's atmosphere?
1,800 though.
So that means we thunder they strike 1,800.
Shango no sleep now.
Like this.
1,800 don't just the occur.
Wow.
Almost be like say a true party for everyone.
How do they know this?
I mean, there are people who they're storm chasers. People who chase storms, chase thunder, lightnings, all those things. You know, white people now.
Interesting.
All right, let's take the second one.
In space, astronauts cannot cry because there is no gravity and tears can't flow. Well, but why you won't cry for space?
I know, right? Thank you so much. That was like the first question I had. Why do you want to cry in space?
Why you won't cry? Why you won't cry?
You did space. Like,
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. So because there's no gravity, that means
the water go just...
It go just day.
It will be like sunshade. We know they cover any shade.
Wow.
Or we know they cover any sun, rather.
Wow.
So when next you go on Jeff Bezos' Blue Origins, don't cry. All right.
According to Genesis 1:20-22, the chicken came before the egg.
You read that part of the Bible. Did you read that part in the Bible? No. You know read that part in the Bible. Where God called off all the fowls. He did not say, God did not call forth egg now to hatch. Call for fowls.
Wait, the chicken came before the egg. Why God could call egg before? What are you doing? What are you saying? What? Normally, God don't be call egg.
Don't be call egg before, because who go sit down on top of the egg? Go incubate or anything. All right, so
men can read smaller print than women. Women can hear better.
You think?
Women can hear better. Woman.
Even the one who will not talk, they hear.
They hear that one. But they read smaller print. I don't know. I wouldn't know.
All right. Okay. All right. Till next time, guys. Remember, you can follow us on our social media platforms: Instagram official Black Drum TV, on YouTube at Black Drum TV, and of course, Star Times channel 194. Until our next episode, stay safe. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. Any words for your fans?
Are you there? You all are doing one specially. You get me now? I want to wish you a fantabulous day ahead, week ahead, month ahead, year ahead, anyhow it be. I want you all to know that I love you. Alright? Anyway.
For my life, I go chill. This show showcases interesting and cultural African parties from around the world. Come closer and experience the music, fashion, and the food that makes every party special. Showing weekly on Black Drum TV. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. Or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
All right. Welcome back to your favorite morning show, Hello Africa. That was an interesting conversation with Mr.
Very
Debo.
interesting one.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
It was fun. He took the word fact. We had a challenge, an acting challenge. Thank God we didn't feature because I lost that bit. That was really,
Clearly, you were not ready. You just blew your cover. You know how you come in with pride and then you just mess things up.
If you want to talk to me. Stop cutting through the corners.
I'm talking to my audience.
You have you have audience now. You have fans. It's really good. So as always, it's been fun holding it down with you, favorites. It's been fun holding it down with you guys. We've come to the end of today's episode. My name is Adebisi Kwelumi, simply BC, and yeah, it's been a fun one.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's episode as we brought you premium moments here. Of course, we hope to see you again same time. And of course, we hope the next time you'll be with us on the show, you'll make your contributions vital. It's a fresh week. Have the best of the week. Make sure it's a productive one for you. Stay busy, keep drinking water, and stay healthy. My name is Favor. I like to be called Favorite. See you again sometime.
Bye.